Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about pseudocode by Alan Deaton and Timothy Bowman. Pseudocode is a term used in programming describing the methodology programmers use to represent coding algorithms. Algorithms are often represented in pseudocode so programmers with different programming skill sets could properly interpret what the algorithm is supposed to do. It is simply a representation of code so that even a beginner programmer can understand how the algorithms function. It is written in simple, plain English so as to help the reader conceptually and logically understand the purpose of an algorithm and how it functions. Programmers use pseudocode when structuring different design elements. It is a way to bring the intricacies of coding down to plain English. In many cases, experienced programmers, when working on a new design, will write pseudocode when trying to figure out a problem. This assists them in brainstorming and in being able to put their concepts down on paper so that they have a visual of what they are doing and see what they are trying to accomplish. The coding part itself is usually done once everyone's on the same page. Pseudocode is an easy, quicker way to solve coding problems, create algorithms, and share with others. Pseudocode begins as a good starting point for most projects when coding is involved. It usually starts off very basic and not well fleshed out. As time progresses, additions are made and functions begin to develop more and more features. At some point, the pseudocode will actually start to look more and more like actual code. Once the pseudocode is fully fleshed out, that is usually a good indication that it is time to begin the actual coding for a project. At this point, all of the mental heavy lifting is done, and designers can reference the pseudocode to help them code each algorithm and function. Additionally, because pseudocode can help designers see something visually on paper, they are able to catch any logical errors they may have missed in their brainstorming sessions. An algorithm is an organized logical sequence of the approach of a particular task. Pseudocode is an implementation of that algorithm. When writing pseudocode, each line should be accurate and succinct. It should use appropriate naming conventions as to not confuse a reader. Pseudocode should not be abstract. Everything written in this format should be specific and completely explain what the code needs to do. It is important to note that pseudocode may be different from one another. Although different, if kept simple and precise, pseudocode can be understood by any programmer reading it. Each line in pseudocode should represent a line of its representative code. Although it should be human readable, the logic, functions, methods of creating variables, and all other coding conventions should be strictly followed. The reason is so that when a programmer reads it, they can understand not only what the algorithm is supposed to do, but also how it is supposed to be coded. On the right is an example of some pseudocode. Notice the positional format is similar to that of actual, properly constructed code. What you'll notice that is different is that it is written in a more human-readable version, written in plain, simple terms. This is useful, again, so that programmers with knowledge of different programming languages may understand what exactly is needed to be done and can implement it in any language they choose. We recommend pseudocode as a good starting point for any project requiring code. It is a good base to use as a jumping point to conceptualize everything the code will be doing. Because it is easy to change and make additions, pseudocode should be used as a skeleton and should be the tool to fully flesh out before starting actual code. It is here you can catch possible logic errors and other problems without wasting any coding time. It is also helpful when working with programmers of different skill levels. Because of its ease of understanding, pseudocode can be understood by all project members, regardless of what skill level or programming language they are privy to.